These marine pure balls have a perfect surface area for growing parallel nitrifying and denitrifying bacteria inside them. So you can hide them in the back of your tank and they can work like a compost heap. So the marine pure grows all this good bacteria and potentially already has the bacteria there because it's come from an established system. And then that bacteria can straight away get to work breaking down all the waste from your fish, and then that's going to help control your ammonia levels. So when your fish produce waste, they produce waste in the form of ammonia. Then good bacteria needs to grow all through the aquarium and the filter and on the marine pure balls, and then that ammonia is broken down into nitrite. The nitrite can be tested. The nitrite will then grow bacteria, will then cause the growth of bacteria, and then that bacteria will break nitrite into nitrate. Now, within the porous structure of the marine pure, there is a capacity for denitrification to break the nitrate down, but if your nitrate elevates over time, then increasing your water changes is a way of controlling your nitrate. If your water is cloudy, it is usually just that you've done everything a little bit too quickly and that there is not enough good bacteria in your filter to break down the waste produced by the fish that you have. So therefore, providing that you have enough good filtration and you keep the feeding down and you have plenty of oxygen in the water, then over time the good bacteria should grow in your filter and should grow in your marine pure balls, and then your water should be crystal clear. Having cloudy water at the start is very, very normal. The other thing that you might find is the fashion these days is open-topped aquariums. It's only with open-topped aquariums you might be very disappointed if the odd fish jumps out and lands on the floor. So you may at some point like to get some lids on the aquarium. Just make sure those lids are not totally sealed, because it's important that oxygen gets into the top of the aquarium. Once the gravel is in the aquarium, make sure that you never wash gravel with tap water. You only ever want to wash gravel by using your gravel cleaner. Also, over time, you'll be surprised how much your aquarium evaporates. When you do replace water that has evaporated, you make sure you don't put any salts or minerals or so forth into that water. You want to just use a water ager. So you use water ager for top-ups, but then your GH, KH products are actually much better for when you're doing water changes or setups. So fish keeping really is the easiest and cheapest pet, the best hobby, the most beautiful piece of furniture, and it is very, very easy to do, providing you form a relationship with the store that cares about your success and someone that you can take a sample of water and video to. While you're on YouTube, make sure you watch your instructional First Aquarium Guide by Paul Talbot, and make sure that you watch your instructional Tropical Aquarium Guide by Paul Talbot. There's also the Marine Aquarium Guide, there's a Red Sea Aquarium Guide, there's a Cichlid Aquarium Guide, there's a Reef Aquarium Guide, so there's a whole bunch of DVDs that you can watch. Information is all free on YouTube. So the more you learn, the more you enjoy. And once again, this is the easiest, cheapest, best hobby that can entertain your whole family. But the more you learn, the better. And you need to be patient. You need to do a little bit, then wait for a month or so. You need to do a little bit, then wait for a week or so. Then do a little bit, then maybe wait for a couple of weeks. And just bring a sample of water and a video in between each time you're doing stuff. Because the main problem you can have with this hobby is when you do things too much. Don't feed too much. Don't water change too much. Don't clean your filters too much. You want to do everything slowly and calculated. It's better to do less than to overdo anything. Now, if your aquarium has a light on it, you can consider live plants. Now, if you have live plants and those plants are healthy and those plants are growing, They are improving your ecosystem. If your plants are dying, then they will decrease the quality of your ecosystem. Now, if your plants are going yellow, that tends to mean that you need to fertilize your plants. If your plants are getting holes in the leaves, that tends to mean that somebody's eating the plants. If your plants are falling apart, that can often mean that you don't have enough light over the plants. And if you're getting brown algae growing or black algae growing all over the top of your plants, that can mean that you need to add some organic carbon or address the CO2 levels of the aquarium. So in most cases, plants are very easy to keep. And if you bring a sample of water with a video of your tank running, we can help advise you on which plants are most suitable for your aquarium. But if you do take some plants home, you will find that some plants do really well, some plants go okay, and some plants just don't do well, which is no different than going to the nursery. You'll find that some do better than others. And after a while, you get to know your aquarium, and you get to know what plants do well in your aquarium, and you get to make a more informed decision on the direction of your aquarium and what works for you. There is 3 basic minimum requirements of a plant. One is the amount of light and the quality of light, the amount of nutrients and fertilization, and the amount of CO2. So those 3 things can be played with, and you can either get the aquarium right for the plants you want to keep, or you can just find the plants that seem to work in the aquarium that you have.